all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way.
Good day, good day, good day. And today is Context Matters. We have a special show for you today. Why is this show special? Well, you know what? A lot of things are going on, and I'm telling you, them always wait for the one time when me not show up at work for all of the bangarang going in a parliament. And I mean, it was not even not I do anything 2 weeks past. You know, I work in an airplane. I work a chicken and a jerk, Jeez, Anyway, yeah, even though you hear the airplane, don't worry about it. Airport settings. Um, yeah. And I could have sworn there was an article in the paper that would have said that something about me needing mentorship. Did you guys watch Parliament over the weekend? As in yesterday? Did you watch Parliament yesterday? Did you all see what was going on in the Parliament of Jamaica? Hmm? Anybody? Talk to me. I don't wanna unless I was mistaken, unless I was misguided, unless I didn't know what was going on. Well, that should give you an idea of what is to be expected, man. These are man. Boy oh boy. It's rough, 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 rough. Believe me. So I really just have to say it like that. Like it's an interesting thing how this life just can what do I call it? I would like to say this life definitely can just take you into a whole nother space. All right. Yeah, somebody said me look extra fresh. It maybe it's because I have on the Germany. Anyway, I'm not gonna say much. Those who have eyes, let them see, and those who have ears, make them hear. Yeah, but I have a special guest today. It is Sarah. Um, she's gonna come whenever I'm gonna talk about what I'm talking about, but whenever Sarah come on to the stage, may I tell you, say, when she come on to the stage, you see, me stop what me doing and we deal with what's going on. And I just said go. That's just how it go. But yeah, so let me start right there. Today I'm talking about a nation must first fix its own problem. And then the thing that follows is the deportees versus importees. Now I must say the first time that I heard anybody made mention of deportees in my life, that made me absolutely shocked. I mean, the first time I heard about this, yes, I see people in the comment section saying, "What kind of hat that ISAT have on? Is that Germany? Is that a Germany flag in the center of the white hat?" Yes, and all I have to say to him is Stuttgart. Okay, okay. Anyway, see me here. Come Saturday when they done the Iowa Awards or before Germany is playing, and yeah, to miss. But anyway, on all over the place. Focus, focus. Look what is that body can do. Yeah, big up Arasta. So the first time I heard the word deportee, and I mean, I was like, this is just so genius. Was Buju Banton, and he had a song called "Things Change." Can't you see that life is hard? Why do you want to spend all your money abroad? You wretch you. You have spent all of it abroad. Squander all your money, now you are living like a dog. The boy got deported and he came down in one pants. He is broken and have no money, but he, of course, I do not respond. An abiding city, and they want to pressure their pants. And when he was in foreign, he thought that he was important. Now, if the Madam Speaker were here, I would seek permission, and I'm sure it would be granted. Because when you ask for permission, you can speak Jamaican language, aka patois, in the parliament. But if I'm doing any disservice to Buju Banton song Deportee, you would understand that I'm trying to ensure that this is Context Matters live from Canada, Toronto. And, because that's what's going on and thing, I'm trying to ensure that I don't use the wrong language and get myself in problems. So the next time I heard deportee was when I got deported. So this conversation about deportation is a very, 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 it's not so strange or foreign to me. But one thing I can tell you is Jamaica have a deportee problem because the Prime Minister himself gave a message to the deportees that meet your judge or meet your maker. That was the context that before the JCF decided to unalive persons at a rate higher than the murder rate taking place in the country, was that the conversations was actually real when he said that meet your judge or meet your maker, because there's no place in the Jamaican society for deportees that are giving themselves trouble. So you see, this deportee conversation is not a fly-by-night conversation, and it is one which, from where I sit, has to be taken with a lot of care, because you see, once human rights enter the conversation, we're in a whole different space. But hear me out. There is no love in Jamaica for deportees. In fact, the way people dislike and despise deportees. I was a candidate when on national television a member of parliament, not one, two members of parliament, said them no want no deportee or importee in a Portland. And they were making reference to somebody's child and classing them. And I'm going to say the stigma is so heavy, so nasty, so degenerate, so inhumane, so degrading, that I want people to understand that the level of care that must be dealt with not only Jamaican deportees, let alone those who are convicted. You also have to consider, imagine, want the Jamaican deportee them. You know, have nowhere for put them. You don't even have job for poor people. And then when them say we do have jobs, them say we don't qualified. You don't have jobs on people that have the special skills. And not to mention, in government, you can't get work when you have convictions and the deportation and the stigma. You can't listen, your life is just on pause. I could have a special show to tell you the trauma that it takes to navigate. No, I can tell you. I have the experience. I have the experience for this. So let me just tell you, and I must stop for a second, and I must say, because it's 5:10, and I didn't say, my fellow Reggae Global Radio listeners, Wagwan. If you're tuned in live, it's 5:10 where you are, and I want to say welcome. For those of you on Best FM 100, right down there in Jamaica, you're good in traffic right now. I have some good news to you. Canada have traffic morning, noon, and night. Everywhere you want to go, the traffic is just complete. You have to have patience. Yeah? Not even hospital have patient like how you need to have patient for drive on the road down yourself. Yeah, I don't know what is going on in Canada. All one of the time, me I drive with my moderator, Tanisha B, and we stay and we are go up on the road. Hear me to her. But like country come a town, you know, me never get my Germany cap yet. And me say, but yeah, wait, what up on the tire boss, man. She said, oh no, 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 those are just the potholes in the road, you know, it's Canada potholes. It's not my car, it's the I say, but me never know say pothole they are foreign. So and you know what she turned to me? She take her eye off on the road. But that's a whole nother conversation I could have about allowing my moderator to drive. You would say, yo, you have to have whole heap of patience. Like the patience it take for waiting at the traffic in Canada. For really take up yourself and make a woman drive you around the place. But I don't want them tell me say I'm misogynistic, so we're gonna leave that around. She's a good driver though. It's just the potholes that were in the road. That was a problem. But anyway, and the lumpy road too. But anyway, let me leave that. I'm not here to criticize. But the conversation now, fast forward to what is in the public space as to the issue of Jamaica. You know, remember me saying, you know, a nation must fix its own problem. First, fix its own problem before you go and take on where you can't manage. I need not tell you that a federal judge in the United States has said that this program, this thing where the president of the United States is sending back people for all kind of reasons, they find it to be unconstitutional and it's being appealed. In other words, the judge at first instance, a federal judge, says, hell no, lift up with that. And so the program has many implications. And I'm just gonna marry something. And my guest is here, you know, Sarah Caliente. So I'm just gonna say this before we get back to it, because this is thoughts. This is not just these are thoughts that came after Rosalie read me a bedtime story last night, and it was an excellent story. In fact, Rosalie, if they put that story on iTunes, you're gonna win a Grammy. So those who possibly have a reggae album in the Grammy category, Rosalie might turn around and win like coffee. Like coffee. Speaking of coffee, big up. Sips my mocha chocolate yeah with my French vanilla. Anyway, hear me out. These are thoughts that I had, and I'm just sharing with you because I will raise it in Parliament next week, and I'm not going to dwell on this. In Jamaica, and I want people to appreciate this, there's so much violence against children and women that exposure to unknown violence is my biggest fear. So let me start by saying, personally, from where I sit, I don't give people a chance. I don't ever have a problem with deportees. I don't have a problem, but I don't have a problem with Jamaican deportees because yeah, there you come from and where else they're gonna send you, right? Well, I don't know the type of people that's coming to Jamaica. This is not a discrimination, but let me tell you something. When people flee their countries to go to a first world country for a better life, is many things that they're trying to get away from. Oftentimes is violence and genocide and crime against minority communities. So one of the things about this program is that you see in America, and them do it at Jamaica too. You have to do a run go to Mexico and jump over the border and you ball out cat crimes against torture. And I am here to tell you that when you actually raise cat, America stop, then can't deport you. You have to consider your political asylum application. And chances are, it would be cruel and unusual punishment. It would be inhumane. Thank you for all of you who are saying welcome to Canada. Thank you. I'm having a very, very nice time. the customer service in the malls are so excellent that it forces you to go on to TikTok and ask people to send you lions and tigers to ensure just so you can keep up with the shopping. Um, so I want people to appreciate that it's a lot of work that's put into to these things. So anyway, that being said, so the implications of it is this, and we have a crime problem in Jamaica because Jamaica is a high crime society. It's a high crime society, so that the men and women in the JCF are navigating the space in fear to ensure that they protect their lives. I'm put it nicely. And so if you're in a kill or be killed society, when you introduce unknown variables into the space, it can be very problematic. For instance, the people who are being sent back could be coming from countries with different levels of religion and how they believe in their religion. They may have different proclivities. They may have the cult. It may be a culture shock, and they may be persons who, because of the country that they're coming from, we don't have access to their antecedents. So you see, Jamaica is a country where they feel say the only people who are criminals are those who have convictions. Well, let me explain something to you. Enough criminal out there, and them never get convicted yet. People unalive, whether it be an immaculate. Well, let me leave that one alone. People hurt people. People are in different kind of all kind of things, and they're just not. They just don't have the conviction to go with it. And I'm not talking about conviction as in belief. I'm talking about criminal record. So here's my fear, and this is a genuine fear. Um, just last night, I'm raising it here and not mix. I don't want to cross reference, but just so you know, some of the things that I have to deal with every single day. And last night in Grants level, Rio Grande, Portland, the body of 12-year-old Crystal McLean was found. She was reported missing. Our mother made a plea, a very, you know, a genuine one. She says, with the Browns, our grandmother, she lived with our grandmother, oftentimes with the father. If you want to see her, just give her a shout out, because, she would never believe in her wildest dreams that this child would have been found with her body decomposed. Um, it cut me deep to the soul because not yeah, I'm the opposition spokesperson on youth, and I'm telling you, Portland is one of the safest parishes. And I leave on Monday, and by the time I leave, I hear that a 15-year-old had to protect himself because them was gambling behind a place. If you know anything about Portland, them write so much traffic ticket right at that spot, where were children allowed to be unsupervised. And you see me talking about this is just that where children are innocent, pure, and don't have a concept of how cruel this world is. And let me tell you something. Let me just share with you. I said the child's name Crystal McLean because our family, and I already say it, and I already know. I am going to find the family. I'm going to assist them with the funeral arrangements. And I know they are hurting. I know what is at stake. So, and the same thing, even as I'm saying, the children are exposed to too many things from too many places. And life is sacred. The right to life is sacred, but we don't know that because the adults, even the law, They take the life of women, they take the life of children, they take the life of everybody, that the teenagers, big man, little man, everybody, line them up sometime, execute them, all kind of things. And then bad man now have nothing about them. So you can't speak on them. You can't say, oh, the bad man them where go unalive the teacher because he was going to go to foreign the following week, or the woman in the market, or how many teachers get unalive by bad men, or whatever it is. What do you say to a bad man? He's a bad man. He has no concept. What? Them are saying, oh, me get gift, me can go buy one next hat now. Yes. Anyway, yeah, what do you say to all of those things? Big up Rosalie. What do you say when there's no words that you can tell bad people because they're bad people? And I'm going to leave it at that. But I'm going to conclude by saying this, because I want to bring on my guests, and it's in the same vein that we're having this conversation. My only fear with the deportees, well, Jamaica has now gone into the importation of deport people who are to be deported. So the importation of deportees is a new dispensation with Jamaica. But what I do understand and appreciate or have an appreciation for is that compensation can make you get involved with the importation of deportation. So when the money look good, a lot of time is the miscalculation and the miseducation cause you to have an inflation and escalation of the monies where after be spent when the people them start to touch, fondle, molest, or innocent, beautiful children, because we don't know who we're bringing into the country. And because they don't have antecedents, nobody can look at me and tell me, say, people when they come from, no, God, he knows where them come from. At least we know when it comes to Jamaicans, we know say the Akitif, them are just Akitif. We know say the other people, them are just where them is. But when you send them back, them are our problem to deal with. We can barely manage our problem. And I can tell you that the stigma that comes with deportation, you're not going to get jobs. You're not going to get opportunity. Unless probably that the persons who are being deported are of a certain ilk, um, a certain skin tone, a certain class. I don't know, because Jamaica, the hypocrisy in Jamaica. I mean, can you imagine sitting in a room and people have record on them cell phone and them single you out through your pretty and say you record on your cell phone? You know, I live in a them place there. So I say, if you have video of me, and then the person, because them never say thief, never love to see thief with long bag, you know. But I always say that when you're in at the marketplace, because that's what happened yesterday. Parliament had transformed itself into a marketplace. And when them in there and the thief, them say, hot water, and them say, see the thief there? The biggest thief get up and say, lock him up. But anyway, let me leave that one alone. But to say that in that conversation, there are several human rights violations. There are several potential human rights violations. And because the Constitution said has been, is being, and is likely to, there just must be a revisiting as to whether or not we can participate with a view to compensate, as in be compensated for the program. Because again, I know the country that I live in, weak jellyback business go on. Because if you get pressured and say, oh, you have to take some of them deportees, you have to import some of them deportees, you have to say, picture me say, oh yes, I'm massa. No. Yeah. But anyway, that's that. But your thoughts, think about it. We will revisit it. But I want to talk though about, if you ever have you ever found love before? Have you ever seen 90 Day Fiance? Are you a woman in Canada? Are you a woman in Australia? Are you a woman in the United States? Are you a woman in Germany? Are you a woman anywhere in the world? And you know that the best man to get is a Jamaican man. Because what could be better than a Jamaican man? What could be better than finding love in Portland? Well, our next guest is Sarah Caliente, and she found love in Ochi. And we're going to have a conversation with her because she wrote a book, which I read. And I want to tell you, um, it went somewhere. I'm gonna let her talk to us about the book. I don't want to get over it, but I want to let you know that love is blind. It will take over your mind. What you think is love may truly not. You need to elevate and find. Doesn't mean that you don't find it when you find it, and nobody can tell you what you're feeling. There's a burning sensation in your belly, like when you get a mocha chocolate from Starbucks and you never had to pay for it. I mean, life is good. But here, let me bring her to the stage. Let me bring her to the stage. How you doing?
I said good
All right.
morning to good evening to you. Good morning from
Let's let
Australia.
Sarah start off by telling us where. Well, you did say you're in Australia. What time it is right now?
What time? 7:26 a.m. in the
All right,
morning.
in the morning. So
Hmm.
does it mean that it's the 19th where you are?
Oh,
Just
good question. It is Friday the 19th of June.
right. So see, right when you're finding love and you're a day before you're in the future. Send a lot of numbers to me because I always wanted to win the lotto. If you tell me what it is, you're a day ahead.
Of course,
All right, yeah, but
of
so
course.
tell us. I want you to tell us about your book,
Okay.
and then real quick, I want to get to a particular part in the story.
Hmm.
But go ahead. The floor is yours.
Sure. I wanted to say I love your hat. I didn't think it was a German hat. I thought that you were actually bigging up our other flag, which is red, yellow, black. That's the Aboriginal Australia flag, because on my father's side, I'm part Koori, which people would never guess, you know. Um, so big up yourself. And I also encourage you to speak in patois, because a lot of my friends speak to me in patois. So it's certainly not ghetto. It's a beautiful language. And one of my favorite books, The Voice of the Jamaican Ghetto, was written entirely in
That's
patois.
why.
I'm sure
Yeah,
you've read that
I
one.
actually know it, but there's a big controversy now because they're saying we don't call it patois; it's now called Jamaican language. But that's another
Oh,
conversation that we're gonna have.
okay.
But it is the native tongue. Let's just start by just tell us about yourself, and then
Okay, sure.
we talk
Sure.
about it. Yes.
Sure. So I'm in my early 40s. I was lucky enough to be on Vibes Cartel reality show Teacher's Pet. That was how I managed to get to Jamaica. It was a year after my husband died, so I wasn't doing great spiritually at all. And then I had an invitation to come be a part of 20 girls, 10 from Jamaica, 10 from all over the world, to audition to be Teacher's Pet for World Boss. And it was I couldn't believe it, because um, his music was heavily censored in Australia. You could hear a Beanie Man, you could hear Movado, you could hear Bounty Killer if you went to a dance hall party, but you would never hear Vibes Cartel.
Right.
Um, that's a whole nother conversation as to why he was censored. But I was lucky enough to have a DJ put every single song that they had on my computer, and I was hooked. I heard Warn Him. Um, that has to be one of my favorite songs, and I was in love. Um, it didn't really work out so great on the show, as we know. Um, so we Australians, we go backpacking, as many people do around the world. You know, you take the opportunity, you go. I was like, I've got a ticket to return to Australia in October. I'm going to make the most of it.
I
And
like
I
how you said
ended.
that. Were you deported?
Uh, I actually thought about it. I wasn't technically deported because I left before they could deport me, but I was in jail as an overstayer. I spent 4 days in Discovery Bay Women's Jail. Big up everybody who was in there with me, because they treated me beautifully. Um, there was a man who brought me chicken. It was allegedly Vybz Kartel's cousin, but I could never confirm that. But to get when you're in prison and somebody brings you chicken and you're the first person to get to eat that chicken, that's a very big deal.
Oh, you were treated like a princess in Discovery Bay. Oh.
In the jail, yes, the women gave me corners. They knew the man that I was in love with, Nicholas, who, long story, but without my contact lenses, I wiped my eyes and actually thought it was Vybz Kartel because he skin bleaching and he had the tattoos and he Gaza on his knuckles, everything. But then I realized, no, this is someone who emulated Vybz Kartel.
And so you met Nicholas Ochi?
Yes, yes.
All right. Tell us about the name of your book.
The name of my book, I've got it right here. Under the Jamaican Sun, Loving Ochi.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a picture of me and Bumper. His catchphrase was always, and this is throughout time, this is up until 2003, because we would voice note constantly. I never stopped loving him, ever. He would always say, me watch your back, you watch mine. And now I feel I'm going a bit off topic, so
so your book is published?
It's on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
My dream would be for, say it was successful, or say I write another book, or because this is a first book, and I know that like it does maybe repeat itself a little bit in the middle, but I wanted it to get to a certain level of words, if you understand, for it to qualify as a book, rather than yeah. So it was written out. To be honest, what happened was Nicholas, he was killed. He was killed 21st of October, 2023. And here is a picture of him.
Mm-hmm.
He was in his community. He was definitely a don. He would definitely take care of people. He had a lot of respect. He wasn't a gunman or anything like that. But he was very, very, very unique. I'd never, ever seen somebody who lightened their skin, had their beauty cream, as his brother would say. The strange thing is his brother looked exactly like Vybz Kartel before skin bleaching. And then Bumper looked like the cartel at the time. Gaza tattoos everywhere, fully. It was amazing. They took care of me. I didn't have any money at that time. I'd lost my bank cards and I was kind of down a rabbit hole, really. But if we needed food, he would, get saltfish, make the best food. Like it was almost like we didn't really need money in that period of time.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, you said, well, you referred to him as a don. How did who unalived him, or who killed him?
So I believe it was maybe not the police directly, but definitely friends of the police. Because in my opinion, and I can only speak about Jamaica in 2011, because I'm not there now. When I was there, if you were a friend of the police, you could get away with anything. And I'm talking about, like, in Seaview. There was a little girl, I was staying in Seaview with, I didn't realize this man was a friend of the police, otherwise I would never have traveled with him. But he was the Rastaman that said, I'm friends with Popcorn, Fully Gaza, come, I'll take you back down to Kingston, whatever.
Right.
But but that was all a lie. That person is, I think I've called him O'Shane in the book, perhaps. Um, Staying there in Seaview, it was real severe poverty, you know.
Right.
There were child slaves, literally. And there was a little girl, she was 4 years old, and she said to a friend of the police, "Suck your mama." And then within about 2 days, word got back that that police friend, like friend of the police, had sexually assaulted her. And her mother took her to the police station. They did nothing. Nothing.
All right, but so I'll say this though. All of these things are allegedly. We don't.
Allegedly, of course.
Right,
It's
but
yeah,
no,
of
no, I'm
course.
saying we don't know how true that is.
Of
Um,
course.
2011 was pre-charter, so a lot of things that would have taken place before the Constitution was amended is not
Okay.
happening now. Not defending the police,
No.
not. I don't know what the experiences were, but what I will say is that Jamaica has a constitution. Not everybody is following it. We do have a human rights problem. We do have many faults that's taking place. The loss of bumper is one that is not foreign to the Jamaican experience. The youth in Jamaica, they're marginalized and they're becoming an extinct species because of the high murder rate, whether it be from bad man or executed or extrajudicial killings or self-defense by the police. We have an anger management problem in relation to what I hear, because I noticed that you're struggling to speak on just the unfortunate experience of Bumper, Nicholas. But persons are asking, because basically how you've articulated yourself, they want to know again the name of the book and where
Yes.
you can buy the book. So you
Sure.
have persons locked in. So go ahead. The name of the book is
Um, Under the Jamaican Sun, Love in Ochi.
Under the
Pen name.
Jamaican Sun, Love in Ochi. Yes, by
Um,
Sarah Caliante.
yes, that is my pen name, and you can buy it on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've started ordering copies of it, author copies. So hopefully, if I can publish, maybe create some copies myself, that might work out better long term. I don't know. And it's always a work in progress. I can always make a new, change things. Like for example, like if you read every reference I made to the greatest artist of all time, I called him the king of dancehall, but I did not want to write anything at all about him without permission. So, if that makes sense, I didn't want it to be. I like the first time I wrote the book, and I had to do it for my own mental health because I was not in a good place.
Mm-hmm.
Since now I am. Now I'm in a great place, but um, um, basically, all my grief was healed a lot. I came to terms with him passing by recording like as many memories of him as I could. And some memories I can't explain. Like there was a day where it seemed like we made it rain simply by dancing in Priory. It was like a sunny day like you see here.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Christmas came on, like when we are foggy, call me like Christmas. Yeah,
Yeah.
that song.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly this guy came on and it was pouring rain, and to me it just seemed like we made it happen, but I know that's not the case. There was the reference in the book, I think, when the police came down to the beach and they were looking for machine guns. That's facts, and I cannot. Bumper would always laugh about it years later. He was like, Sarah, don't you remember the time you marched up to them and you said, this is my boyfriend and I'm from Australia and I'm a tourist and there are no guns here, and well, where are you going to take him? Why do you need his ID? He didn't do anything wrong. And magically they left. I can't explain that one either.
Well, what I will say is I can hear the love, I can hear the experience, but one wonders if it's Vibes Cartel you love or Bumper.
Well,
So don't answer. I'm just just
I
leave
will
it.
always love Vibes Cartel. No, I will always love Vibes Cartel. Vibes Cartel is an absolute king, in my opinion. I feel like you should be prime minister, and I feel like he should be like king of Jamaica. Does that make sense? And unfortunately, because the police pet, I didn't actually get to meet him face to face. However,
Maybe if you go to Reggae Sumfest this year, you should be able to see him.
true. And I wanted to say congratulations because you inspired the title of an album, God in Time, that I'm sure has to win a bunch of Grammys. It must.
Well, we will see when the Grammy comes, because many persons have put out some great bodies of work, so we will see.
True.
But I wanna say thanks for coming on to the show.
That,
I'm sure many persons are going to be looking for your book. I'm sure a lot of persons will find it instructive as to how finding love in Ochi, when it really should be finding love in East Portland. But I mean, you never know. You never know. We're gonna
you
leave.
never. You never know. Can I ask you what was your opinion though? Because I didn't really.
No, so I'm gonna say I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but
Oh,
I felt that you really captured what your experience was like in Jamaica.
mm,
How you what your book has done for Jamaica is to simply reinforce the fact that it is the people of Jamaica that makes Jamaica what it is. And
Jamaica is the best country. The best
see,
country on the planet, and the people were so beautiful. And I felt like when I was writing, I didn't do it justice insofar as 99% of my time in Jamaica was amazing. There was only you know, um, maybe a night or two here and there
mhm,
where I'm like, I am in some serious shit. Um,
yeah,
but it was an education that is priceless. It was worth more than a uni degree to go there, because to be living in third world conditions, I feel was very beneficial for me as a person to grow.
mhm.
Um, and everyone who took me in, like everyone who I encountered and helped me, like I can't thank them enough. And I can't wait to come back to Jamaica. If I could move to Jamaica, to East Portland tomorrow, I would.
Well, when you find yourself in East Portland, you
Hmm.
just let me know that you're there, and you know we definitely will connect.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
It was a pleasure. And persons,
Likewise.
again, tell them the name of the book one more time. It sounds always better coming from the author.
One more time, and the orange is for a particular reason. Um,
We know you. Don't tell him. We know you're PNP, man. Don't worry yourself, man. Go on, Ajo, go ahead.
Under the Jamaican Sun, Love in Ochi.
There you go, by Sarah Caliante, and you can find it on Amazon. I did.
Yes,
Let me tell you, it will be worth the money that you spend on it, and you will get to see a side of Jamaica through a woman's eyes who traveled all the way to Jamaica to do one
for
thing.
love.
That was
For love.
find man. Big, big up yourself. All right.
Thank you
Take
so much.
care.
I said,
All
all
right. All right.
right.
It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right. It's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way.
Yeah, man, cause it sound catchy. Big up to the artist that did that song All in Life for me. Every time I hear that song, I know it's context matters time. So shout out to that artist. That artist should win a Grammy. That's how I feel. But I mean, what do you think? Just let me know. Yeah, so that was Sarah and her book, Loving Ochi. Let me just put it that way. It is one of the amazing moments where you tend to find that outside of the country where you are, where people hate you, there are people out there in the world that will appreciate you. So every single maca have its sticker bush. That I can tell you for sure. And in reading that book, which I'm encouraging everybody to go and get, is to yeah, I would love instantly. I would love to interview the artist straight out of Moortown with our Kumina, the best song on the Hill of Gully Ride rhythm, and that's just always going to show you what is so unique and special about Portland Eastern, and why we have to continue to support the rich talent that is in Portland Eastern, and they're gonna get it one day and appreciate and understand that it is the people. You can't be talking about you're building Jamaica and you're building it back and you're building it better and you're doing the road and you're doing the this and the house and the this and the zinc fence and the this and all of the things and more, not tear down and build up and put back, and not build and improve the lives of the people. If we're not including the people, what kind of conversations are we having? But oftentimes people don't really want to hear what me have to say. But I'm just sharing that with all, because everything is moving fast, and whatever is not moving fast is taking a turn for the worse. I just want to say two things I want to share. Um, Again, can a nation try to fix other people's issues without first fixing its own problem? That's a real question that we have to ask, and that's something that we have to consider. That's one of the dilemmas that we are faced with, and oftentimes we are at an impasse and we don't know the truth of what's going on. No, just about four things I wanted to address though. This week, in fact, yesterday, Fair Prospect High School had their graduation. I'm very proud of all of the graduates. The possibilities are endless, and the support from the Member of Parliament is always going to be there for you, graduates of Fair Prospect High School. Many persons, when they sent you to that school, had no thought of your success. But the teachers at the school believe in you, you believe in yourself, and you did the best at which you could do under the circumstances. Sending you to a school to doom your future and your prospects and ability in life, knowing that education is the great divider, oftentimes the only median, yes, for success and transformation in life. So to take somebody's child and send him to a school where they said the school is hopeless, the school is a done school, nothing good now come from there, and then to see children still strive and progressing regardless, and is destined for greatness. I want you to know and understand that that is of utmost importance. It is trying to ensure that we improve spaces, and so you'll always continue to hear me talk about Fair Prospect High School, because I want people to know that, you see, there are persons, who they missed out on education. They missed out on opportunity. I know they find themselves on X and find themselves on TikTok. And then they find themselves with the assistance of smartphones, typing information and asking questions like, are you retired? Asking questions that, a trip by their parents to the pharmacy, purchasing a pack of condoms could have prevented a lot of the questions that are asked. A clear demonstration that there are persons out there that had missed the education train. And we have to really, really, really ensure that children are given the best opportunity because children are the future. So at the graduation, big up Antonio Thomas. He's the CDF officer in Portland Eastern, and he was able to represent for me in my absence. And I receive an award, and I never get the chance to say when I collect my award that being the member of parliament for the millennium, and for the decade, and receiving this award, it means a lot to me to know that I received this award, and I never get the opportunity to say thank you to my mother, for instilling education in me. And when she used to say to me, although your teeth them chaka chaka and your nose is big, if you don't have education, nothing will come of your life. Don't follow the people them. Just go on a school and get me the degree. If not for you, for me. And it's when I got older I understood, because it's not until I was in parliament and I was across and I look across and I see the prime minister and his nose was big also. I said, only a big nose can fight a big nose. And so Mark now has support in the parliament, because when I flare up my nose, they know what time it is. And so I wasn't there yesterday in the marketplace when somebody was saying to the doctor, shut up! And them was sounding like nice, fresh, yellow yam. They're right, yes, sir. Market, hot water, potato. And they said it was Isaac Buchanan that need mentorship. Where would I get it from? Because here I was all this time thinking they were Bill Gates, but they passed Nara to only build fences and widen the divide. So I just want to say that. So, Fair Prospect, I appreciate you. I love you all. And I'm excited to say that on the 23rd of June, I will be giving my sectoral debate. I am excited to announce that the desk and chairs, some of them there already. Half them there right here now. And we've taken big up Dion Ferron straight out of California, LA. I appreciate you. Want to also say that, you know, many persons, we're launching the deep, and we have the computers, we have the cubicles, we have the chairs, we have the equipment, we all have the Starlink, we have the full setup, and we have the program and the funding for the program. I'm very excited to have opportunities for the youth. And, you know, Fair Prospect is just that school that will be a model for what transformation and improvement will look like. And my hope is that when we talk about Fair Prospect and its transformation, people will understand that you know, the capitalizing on the human capital in Jamaica means that we have a responsibility to our children to, one, treat them as children. So we're not going to abuse them and molest them and hurt them mentally, physically, spiritually. We're not going to unalive them. We're not going to have them missing. We're not going to kidnap them. We're not going to do things that would bring harm to children. And not even if them in third form and them them big like Shaquille O'Neal. We not go kick them up and thump them up and beat them up and say, oh, you ton man, and treat them like man. We treat them like children, and we're not go if them treat a 16-year-old like a man because them saying big, that's the same type of degenerate behavior where when you say a female child and she's big, you're gonna say that is a woman. There's a disconnect between understanding the difference between how we treat our children as a nation and how we go about protecting them. That is important. King Tavi, when the show done, I go give her a hail. I promise that. But that's absolutely important that we start right there and we don't get confused about what the future of Jamaica looks like. And the future lies within the people, therefore the future lies within the children. So don't take it lightly. As the opposition spokesperson on youth and human rights, one of my things says a dibby portfolio, but on a back of time, no nation can have aspirations of gaining first world status with a bad report card on human rights and a bad report card on child protection. No nation. So feel however you want to feel, say whatever you want to say, but it not gonna work until people understand bringing it together, right? Once you bring it together and when it connect like Bluetooth, yeah, then we can have the true conversations. But remember, we are to lead by example. And if we're to lead by example, it means we must lead with equity. We must lead with equality. We must have an unbiased mentality. Justice must be seen to be done. Yes? This concept of bias, this concept, and there are certain things, I'm going to leave it for the next segment. But if you ever know how 9-day wonders work and how media has shaped this society to the moral decay, you will have an appreciation of what is being lost, what the stakes are, that we have become mindless, soulless, empty vessels with selective morality and a level of hypocrisy that should be studied for years to come. Yeah? Believe me when I tell you that. Because as I said, ain't nothing like a thief balling out thief and a them are the thief. Ain't nothing like the stain and plague of corruption and people are saying it's okay because it's my corruption. You cannot. You have to exercise and have an internal locus of control, and that locus of control should not cause you to lose your integrity to defend umpy-scumpy behavior. Not at all. But you see, because I is a constitutional lawyer and I believe in human rights, I had the task of explaining to the sons of Latoya Bougie-Bolgin about the right to bail. And who made it so much easier for me was the president of the Court of Appeal in Jamaica. Because she delivered a judgment about bail to make, you know what? We're going to talk about that on the top of the hour. It's now 6 o'clock. Take some commercial break. Radam.
That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. I heard them say keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way. Right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way.
The Viking cruises tender heading to the actual ship. The ship is in the harbor currently. It's the biggest ship that has come to Port Antonio in a very long time. So we did leave the Errol Flynn Marina and is now heading to the ship. The tourists are in the town and will be here until about 5 o'clock. Watch the ride. We'll take you on the journey. Isa Buchanan, Member of Parliament for Portland Eastern, welcomes the Viking Octavius and their guests to Port Antonio. Hope you have a grand time and experience our lovely island. The ship is carrying out a number of activities for the tourists who are currently all across Portland, but most importantly, they're doing a lot of the ocean activities. So they brought their own submarines and they're looking at the marine life currently in the harbor here in Port Antonio. This ship didn't dock at the pier because of its length. Even though they got the approval, the captain was playing it safe. So just watch the ride. It's a very, very, very great thing that a ship of this size is currently in Port Antonio, and many more to come. Stick around.
Right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it straight. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in line. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. No, I heard them say life much better you live it your own way.
We are back, and if you're joining me from Reggae Global Radio, Wagwan. This is second hour of Context Matters, and the date is June 18th, 2026. We are also streaming on Best FM 100. And if you are in Jamaica, the time is 5:06. And traffic should be bubbling right now. Traffic it a bubble. But you have some company. Just listen to me. You can't be bored. I promise you that. I can tell you, I can read you bedtime stories, but you know it go. But I forget my co-storyteller, and we do what I do. Very entertaining stuff. And for those of you who are on YouTube, and the moderator is walking in divine purpose, she tell you all kind of things. You know, she's telling you about StreamYard. She's telling you about the GoFundMe for the tablet drive, the Zelle, whatever it is. Walking in Divine is there, and she's very, 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 very spiritual. I'm bigging her up because no matter how me tell her for black people, she give people chance. You know? And I just saw it go. Because she believe in freedom of expression. I do too, but not when you're expressing foolishness. Similarly, for those of you who are on the TikTok, big up to the TikTok family, because today, when we go shopping, want to send me the lions and the things to make sure I say, when I see something when I did want me buy, want to send the lion them to make sure I say I could buy it. And even though it was just water that I could afford from... All right, let me stop. But bless up Tanisha B, my moderator. We are doing Context Matters live from Canada. And I must tell you this, just in case I haven't made it absolutely clear. But this week, it is actually on the weekend, two things happening. Well, the one thing that's happening of the most important thing is why I'm in Canada. And no, it's not because Germany playing on Saturday. I'm here for that as well, and I'm going to be there. But because the World Cup, it only come around, you know, once every 4 years, and Germany wake up once every 8 to 12 years. So you have to just pray so them wake up and do what them doing, and we get it right and thing. But I must say to you that this weekend, and let me find it so we not lose where we are. We don't lose what we're doing, right? But yeah, we are definitely. Let me find it so y'all know what I'm talking about. We are gonna be at the, and when I say we, me and Tanisha B, you understand? We are going to be at the we're going to be at the Iowa Awards Gala, and that's Saturday, June 20th, 2026. It's the red carpet starts at 5 p.m. and it's an award ceremony and fashion show that starts at 6 p.m. So we've already, myself and Tanisha B. Tanisha B is my moderator on TikTok out of Canada, and she's taking good care of me, I promise you. But we are going to first go to the Germany match. Depends on which one is first. But more than anything, most important, and suit ready and thing and everything. And we're going to go to this awards gala. And let me tell you, the host, she's so excellent in terms of, she took good care of me when I came out of the airport. When we come out, our customs, I see my name and it say ISAT on it. I say, but no me that. I say, yes, man. Billiard, a big man ball game. Billiard. You know, listen. And I saw my name. It's a good thing I could have read and write. And I go over, I said, I'm Isad. And they said, yes, I said, you're famous. And then the people was like, yo, a Rosalie lawyer that. I'm going to say, yeah, man, I'm me, man. I'm famous in Canada. So I'm not famous in Jamaica. And nobody don't know me. When we reach Canada, everybody know me. And we go to the market and everybody like, oh my God, you're Cartel's lawyer. I said, I'm like, former lawyer. Then lawyer. You understand? They say, yeah, but no, you named the album God on Time. I said, no, Cartel named the album God on Time. I just introduced him to who God was because he never know God. You see what I'm saying? Take big man for know God. But anyway, after that and thing with all that. But we are going to be at the IWAA and IMOI Awards and Gala, right? And I call it Iowa, the International Women's Achievers Awards, and that's this Saturday. So get your tickets now. Come down, meet and greet. That's how we do it. It's gonna be an interesting conversation. Isat Akwaba Buchanan is the guest speaker. Adria Thompson is the host of the red carpet, and Nashan Miller is the keynote speaker. And let me tell you something. A lot of persons are getting awarded this year, and if we don't know by now, what a bangarang in there Canada come see him at the airport. Andre Stevens is also getting his awards. Congratulations to him. He will also be at the award and fashion show and all of that. And let me tell you, the diaspora is the most important out of Jamaica faction of Jamaicans that's holding Jamaica together. Don't make anybody telling you otherwise. If nobody else is, I am proud of you. What you guys have done for Portland Eastern, keep doing it. It was you who made the tablet drive successful last year, and I don't see Tanisha be take out the 10 tablet them give me yet, but me have my suitcase packed and ready. And customs and immigration, when they don't make me have to call Ministry of Education and the goodly minister Dana Dixon Morrison to tell them say una harass me because I get tablets for the picnic them. I'm gonna dep on it. Don't trouble me. Trat, tell them don't trouble me. Right? So just know say that's what we're doing. And somebody says if the fishermen in Portland get them fish line yet, the Minister of Agriculture, we call the man we're responsible for the fish line them. If we don't get them, it's not the minister fault. And the man where I store them don't want to give the fisherman them in Portland the fishing wire. Yeah? Yeah. See there? And Nats Hudsweet say, don't trouble Isat when him come in with the tablet them for the youths them. All right, immigration, don't ramp with me. So anyway, making that clear. So this weekend, the IWAA Awards, I'm put it back one more time so you can see, because we're serious about it, right? We're serious about it. Don't ramp with me. Yeah. This is the award show. And so it's at the Pearson's Convention Center, 2638 Steeles Avenue, West Brampton, Ontario. And call for tickets, $100 Canadian money for the ticket. So it's not too much for what it is. Plus, I mean, I'll be speaking there, and it is in certain spaces that when I'm speaking, I speak is spooky, and this gala is one of them, where I'll be, speaking on topics in terms of the connectivity, bridging the divide, and saying, "Come home. You're in Canada, you're in UK, wherever you are, it's never too late to invest in Jamaica." And I see Yvette is calling me though, even though I'm live. Yvette, how you doing? I'm just telling them I'm live on Context Matters, and I'm telling them that they must come to the Iowa Awards. How you doing? All right, I'll call you right after. Yes, yes. See, all my Canada, I'm in Canada. It's like a whole different world. My phone is ringing, and every time the phone rings, it's Canada. It's from Canada. But I must tell you, I like to educate the public. And many times, they said knowledge is power. So there's this soccer player, and he was from Ghana. I think he played for Ghana. I'm not sure, but you gotta know. He wasn't granted his visa to come into the country, so he didn't get to play. Somebody said, "Me see you in the airport." Outlaw, you did help me find my bag, or somebody else that. But what the whole a whole heap of people travel upon the plane. Oh, see there, yeah, big up Outlaw. Outlaw tell me where my bag there, because the lady was like, "Let me help you to find your bag," and she did press up on computer or something, and him go so. I remember on the airport here. Babsy just passed yesterday, and me sure where a bag there. Let me show you where your bag there. And I true, him have the picture. He might go show you the picture. I want Rasta too. And he met me know say I him running ground and him find my bag. And me did I walk up and down like me did look like me did just get one farm work card and they let me in Canada. You want to see me like country come at town. And me I say, I wear this suitcase, where my grip there? Anybody see me grip? I say, what? What's that? Me grip, man. And I say, your grip? What's a grip? I said, the thing me put it on the plane. Them say, what? And they couldn't understand me because, I was speaking the Jamaican language. And the man say, yo, Rosalie Lawyer, where you do up here? And another person say, yo, Carter Lawyer. Say, yo, brother, a Rosalie Lawyer that I talk about, and me running ground. And him show, man, him say, yeah, man, Babsy just, I one thing about a Jamaican, they would tell you people business here. Babsy not too long walk past you, say, yeah. And she never not stay here in Japan, she gone. All heap of government money she spend, about 20 man gone with her. I say, Lord God, don't do government business. I really say, I pop up in the airport. I say, yeah, tell me more. I say, who else was with her? I say, she said, anybody when in the parliament gone with Babsy. I say, all right, not say a word. But anyway, so big up Outlaw, big up yourself. And that's what's happening. So one of the one part, the particular thing that I'm gonna share with you now, nobody had updated whether the player was from Ghana or which African nation he was from, but he wasn't granted the visa, and Canada just scored. So Tanisha B, you should dance. Your team just scored. Canada just scored a goal. Big up. How you celebrate? Yeah, Canada, Maple Leaves, big up on yourself. That's a boring business, Anyway, strictly them just score. You hear a pin drop. Canada just score and not even, you still can't hear a pin drop. I tell you, Anyway, so what I want to say is the experience and how it is important as an attorney, how it is important as finding knowledge, that even an attorney knows when he doesn't know everything and takes the right route. So let's talk visa real quick. So what is the purpose of immigration? I'm just gonna tell you right now. So don't follow how them go on in Jamaica about deportees and importees, because last week them now want to deport in Jamaica. This week alone, Glean and Boss said Jamaica said, bring everybody, come man, bring you and your friend them and take everybody. And we were talking about that earlier. So it could never be that Jamaica have a problem with immigrants. So one has to wonder, why do they want to deport and send back the Haitians? The simple answer is because they're black. It could be no other reason, because they're taking everything else and everything else will come. In fact, they do have a problem. So then we started to look at it and we said, but then how certain things? Well, here I was all this time thinking the purpose of immigration was to bar convicts and people that's not fit to enter into the country. But you see, in law, there are exceptions and exemptions to everything. So the people on context matters, people on TikTok, people on YouTube, wherever it is, you always hear how people have the conversations about, you know, them curse me so much I don't know what them curse me with someday, and them say, yeah, him can't go foreign and him can't do this. And I'm gonna represent cartel and him go a privy council. He can't go a privy council. A man he can't go a privy council. Then them see you in a privy council, them say, why? Them man they in the lodge. Them man they know all the queen and the king and everybody. Them man they up there. Them man they are CIA or FBI. But as I said, knowledge is power. So had the gentleman as a soccer player who had adverse findings on his status had applied for, let me just show you. See it here? This is what it's called. This is the, now show my business, my man showing you. It's the legal way to enter into the country. And I have to call me if I don't want to know these things, you know, because I 80 million me charge, you know, I don't want a body face, so I gotta just give away the thing. It's not easy if you go in the Versace store. I'm in a cartel. Me have a album called God on Time. So when me I charge my money, you know, it coming like Christmas. So you know that song there? My honey bunch, my bunny bunch, anyway, you know I'm not supposed to be caught. The last time I caught cartel a $5 million, it cost me, you know. But I mean, I tell you, you need to do better than that. Anyway, knowledge is power. And I'm saying that it's so significant for persons to know the immigration process. The purpose of immigration is 1, population control, 2, ensure that migrants go back to them country and don't overload the economy, especially when you don't have any special skills. That being said, it means that if you can prove that you don't want to stay in the people them country, they don't have no reason not to let you into them country. So as a soccer player or a football player rather, if you can show that you're not going to run off and immigration is satisfied, how do you show that? You have special ties, we have other games to play, and you have stuff, and don't take it lightly still, you know. Certain people with them on the top of them life and run off, you know. So people just have to show, people just have to show that they are progressive individuals, because every society wants to associate themselves with progressive individuals. So while it is that persons would say that somebody like look at this, somebody say Rasta don't wear Versace, fire for that. And here I am all this time. I don't know if I ever had a glass that was a Versace, but there it is. So it go. What not bud me out for? The point I was trying to make is no one see somebody saying money talk, money. No, it's not money, because if it was money, the player have way more money than enough people. It's about proving that you have sufficient ties to your country and proving that you're a progressive element, unlike persons who pretend that they're a progressive element and they're not. Persons who are constructive entities. So just in case, I will do a whole show about it and about what your temporary resident, permanent resident, your TRP, how do you go about getting it and what, and I'll probably even interview the competent persons to have a conversation, because I want people to understand that you're somebody's child, you are important. Some of us have the best of intentions to make the world a better place. Some of us made mistakes. Some of us made mistakes and want to make more mistakes. But if you're in the world to do good, and that is your animalistic behavior, then you have a full understanding of the laws that can take you all across the world. And I mean, for me, I can tell you, there's no, as much as you see me, I wear the Germany, I just through the football, and that's the team that I love. But outside of that, no better than you. Jamaica is a place where I'm telling you, oh my God, I can't fathom why anybody would want to be anywhere else but Jamaica. Because again, you can go on a plane and shop, and when you're done shop, you go back to the place where you want to be, which is Jamaica. And so the conversation I'm having with the diaspora is do all that you're doing, but make sure that you have your foul coop itch up right at Jamaica at the end of it all. You want to be in a space where no place like the rock that you live on, the place where you are from. So we have to develop Jamaica. And when we all as a diaspora is out there doing so much, we're supposed to build another man's country. We build our own country. Yeah. Um, so that's just a part of the conversation that I wanted to have in relation to just the immigration aspect of it, and how it works. Especially this is a conversation to have, to say that deportation is just a part of a process. It just means that at a time, listen, Moses was the first deportee. When Moses murdered the how would they call them, the Egyptian. Yeah, man. Pharaoh it banish him for 40 years. Or 40 years him stay out. So Pharaoh all dead, and when him come back, him say, let my people go. So him never go back for him re-enter, but him never go back for say him want to stay. Him go back for say, yo, I carry my people them with me. So immigration is not a new concept. And all of the laws were laws for man, not man for law. And so there are always exemptions and there are always exceptions, and persons ought to familiarize themselves and acclimatize themselves so they have a clear understanding of what it is. I can tell you about the discomfort in terms of if you worry about public opinion, because anybody, you can ask outlaw, anybody that traveled with me must have been like, that guy must, what is going on with this guy? Because the process, but as I said, I'm somebody who believes in God and time, so trust in the process. It's not going to be a walkthrough. It's about understanding the process and directing persons, because they are going to try to figure out themselves. And it goes from you shouldn't be here to how you must be a very special person to be able to just walk through immigration with your antecedents as they are. And so I have to share with the rest of the world, actually, because there are persons who thinking that their life is over because they got deported. I mean, imagine doing your time in a foreign country, being deported to Jamaica, and then your prime minister is saying, meet your judge or meet your maker. But it's in the context, because he was referring to persons who were violent and had a propensity to do harm to people in society. So that context has never left me, because I said to myself, the prime minister couldn't have been talking to me, because it's Jamaica. I go home as somebody deported and was able to become an attorney and was able to become a member of parliament. So because I know the Constitution works and I'm using the law out of knowledge, when I hear the people who have they never have ambition, much less have knowledge, and I'm ready to say, oh, you shouldn't be an attorney, oh, you shouldn't be a parliamentarian, oh, you this or you that, and them sit down behind them keyboard, them don't even try get one subject, them don't even try uplift them life, they don't try any movement. All they do is to inject negativity into a society that's developing and growing. They don't think about their brothers and sisters, and I don't mean blood brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of Jamaica, who we have to nurture back to life. So in a space, in a conversation, and I'm having the conversation now because I want people to understand that in a space where the conversation is now ripe as to why are we taking people who we don't know where they are. We mustn't forget that we're also taking people who some of them have never been to Jamaica in adult life. Canada score again and the place silent. And on a soundproof glass. Tanisha B, Canada score. Ball out now?
Yeah, you sure?
No, ball out like you're happy say them score. Pretend. Ball out, scream, scream. Canada score 2. Go on. Wait, man, Canada. Wait till you feel the germs, man. Anyway, yeah. And so it is important that we get a full understanding of how we're going to make life better through rehabilitation and reintegration. What does reintegration look like? What are the faces that people see? What is the message of hope to the people that we're taking in? And if we are taking in through what them call the TCM, I don't even know what is that, transcriminal national. I don't know what that is. But whatever the program is, what is the message of hope? What are we saying that it didn't work out, but your life isn't over? There are opportunities that you're to make. And of course, it's problematic. I can't fathom why anybody would be coming to Jamaica talk about them plead for political asylum when people are dead in, people are being hurt and injured. Their people don't have nowhere to live. Government is bulldozing and licking down homes. Government is saying that adverse possession, squatting is illegal when it isn't. And government is taking steps to disenfranchise. We have to have conversations about that. 1 minute them don't want you to have a piece of the rock. The next minute them are Nara under your rara. The next minute them doing everything. And penalty. Oh, them a watch a game and now listen to me. Yeah, but life is about resilience, perseverance, and ambition, right? The RPA, yeah, and maybe it should be a rap, resilience, ambition, and perseverance, but instead it's perspiration, rape, and what the next one? And I must say acid reflux because I bear pressure and stress life I give people, and persons are getting the opportunity to become the best versions of themselves. But is more than that, is to be great. How do we bring the message of greatness to the sons and daughters of Jamaica? That is really where we want to know. Yeah. That is what we want to get at. And so we share the knowledge, we share our abilities. I is many things, you don't get it twisted. We are all more alike than we think that we are different. Because we're a part of the human race. So while we try to accentuate differences to feel better about ourselves, while we discriminate, while we tear down, while we pull down, right? We have to come to a place where we appreciate that there are aspects of us that are all of us. And I'm not just speaking abstract or just finding words to say. It's the lived human experience that I'm sharing with people. And Jamaica is one of the greatest places to be on earth. It's a place where I know that the opportunities are endless and sky is more than just the limit. I I'm smiling. We are to always embrace our young. We are to allow them to be bright. We are to allow them to be great. Sometimes our young are the deported. Sometimes our young may be the imported. Sometimes our youth are the future, and they may have a lot of spiritual awareness and intuition that we have become complacent and repetitive, and life has knocked out the emotions and the drive and the zeal and the oomph out of us. Yes. So, having said that, we can't get caught up with the mix up and the bangarang, and one of the most disappointing things, and I'm gonna raise it next week, the display of bias amongst the leaders of our nation is most unfortunate. One of the things is right and wrong is wrong. I'm glad to have an individual spirit where nobody can twist me up and gas me up and put battery on me for me run out and look big and dunce, because that's not a part of my DNA. So me not gonna join that. But I'm just responding to the political analysts, whoever you are or wherever you came from, that said that I need mental mentoring and I must get it from Parliament. I wasn't in Parliament yesterday, and I was most embarrassed. It was so bad. The Speaker of the House had to suspend it for a minute, and the Prime Minister, clearly whatever took place got under his belt, and he was telling people to shut up. I think he was telling Dr. Campbell that he must shut up and say him nah get nothing. And people them nah get nothing. And Dayton said, hey, time now to get into that. After that, hey, shut up. Do I need to flare my nose? No, I'm not going to do that. But you get the point. You shut up. Hey, if you shut your mouth, your constituency now get nothing. I'm going to punish you, boy. Then Dayton goes, hey, listen, I'm Dr. Dayton Campbell. It's the people of Westmoreland is going to suffer. It's not me. Man, I'll beg you nothing. Oh, you call, boy. I offer shut up and if I'm me, was stepping on face, invoking the stepping order, and then the standing order was invoked. Remember, do you remember the time? It sounded like that. And then while all this was on, the Minister Morgan was videoing, and he was videoing, and Nikisha says, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? And the mirror said, you, Nikisha Burchell, you're the prettiest girl in a Parliament. And she said, yeah, I true. If I take out my phone now? And she said, take it out. So what if I do? Just don't touch the mace, but video them. And she said, all right. And she started video back. And she said, yeah, video with her. And she said, Chantel, you must video me. Who a video me? And Chantel said, no, the boy next start video me. And Nikisha just stays and she just have her phone upon him. And him put it on the phone. And then straight up on the podium here. Do you remember? Remember, Burchell? Stop record. And then, Thief never like to see Thief with long bags. So here the minister get up. Yeah? Stand in order. Madam Speaker, invoke it upon them. Put it upon them. And name the member. Chew her out like Angela. Do it. And they must say, hey, it's the Parliament. And they must say, hey, boy, shut up. And you're a bully. And then Dr. Dayton Campbell, I'm reading from the Hansard, and Dayton Campbell said, bedroom bullish, want that, And then them was like, bleh, bleh. And then it all sounded like gobbledygook, just like Carnation Market. And I said, that's the Parliament that a young parliamentarian must get mentorship from. And I say, where did political analysts in Jamaica get their education from to send me into that Parliament to get mentorship from them, the people there who did a cuss and go on bad? But let me tell you something. If you watch 3 minutes at the Bahamian Parliament, and you listen to the Speaker of the House from the Bahamas, whom I must tell you, she says she ain't no rookie no more. And when she dip up under them, is only one person in the world can take on the Speaker of the House from the Bahamas, and it's Rosalie. Yeah? In fact, they're twins. If you don't believe me, check for yourself. If somebody tell me say the Speaker of the House and Rosalie and her sister, I change my name. But I'm gonna leave that one alone. So you see, when human emotions come together and people are in the heat of the moment on topics that are very, you know what really cause it? I'm going to tell you what caused it. Let me just tell you what caused it. No, it's not. No, me see one of them. I see one Rasta parliamentarian. I mean, think I just Jamaica alone have Rasta parliamentarian. But me see one say, yeah, everything and nepotism. The brother they on the board, the sister they on the board, and it no sexist because the woman them man they on the board, and that was in Parliament. So all across the world, as long as people gather and you put them in one room, you're not going to get the decorum and you're not going to get the decency and you're not going to get the sophistication in a modern dispensation. You're not going to get this Cockney and the British accent because the creature that is Parliament is coming from the United Kingdom. So when you put that type of colonial oppression and remnants of the slave experience and the aristocrats and the elite, and you put the version of the animal farm to be players in the same space, you know how much of not yourself you have to be to function in that space. Ironically, they said they say me careless because I'm on TikTok, or when I'm doing context matters, I'm too animated. But I know there's a time and place for everything, because you will never hear nobody deal with me like that, and I participate in that level of lack of sophistication in a space like that. Even I had that experience where a member accused me of not being an attorney and was shouting at me. And I simply said to him, and I didn't shout, I enunciated. And I said, if you want to be an attorney, go and do the degree. Go to school, but don't try to strip me of my accomplishment in life. But it's good. Time and place for everything. And what I will say is, as a people, we're going to have the tough conversations. We're going to have to understand the politics, because if it's one thing I tell you, no matter how me cuss any of the people them on side, one thing me learn, nobody now gas me up for cuss nobody, because at the end of the day, the whole of them is friend. All of them is friend. And who knows, maybe, it may not be likely, but maybe one day I'll be friends with them. And no matter how, when the lights, camera, action is on, we'll say, hey Andrew, how are you do? But when it all done, I'm a friend. Maybe not now, but who knows then? Because that's what it is. You go to school with people, and it's a part of the it's human nature. It's a part of the human design. That's why they say, show me a company, I tell you are. Birds of a feather flock together. So you think people can sit down in a parliament for 15 years together on the both side and the whole of them and a friend? You can't trick me. So you think me, I'll get involved because me see the Prime Minister and tell Dr. Dayton Campbell, the General Secretary for the People's National Party, saying for shut up, and Dr. Dayton Campbell say, oh, we are talking about? Kick off your face, and then him say, oh, you're a bully. Little me now get involved with that, because they're all friends. Disrespectful in spaces, and even if it's the Prime Minister, I think that he owes Dr. Campbell, and notice I'm using Dr. Holness owes Dr. Campbell. You see how we fast and enough of ourselves? Because somebody we know no doctor to we name, some we have doctor to we name, but the two doctor them in a war, and we need some prescription. I gotta get involved in a doctor people business. No, whether them have class or not, them did in a class and then get them big people degree. Me now get involved with that. but I still think that the Prime Minister owes Dr. Campbell uh, um, an apology. Remember, Burchell, you're just too beautiful. I just thought I'd say that. Because I didn't hear what was going on. I was watching the parliament, and every time the camera go up on Member Burchell, I said, wow, she's so, you're beautiful, it's true. I saw your face in a crowded space, and I don't know what to do. Yeah, I just thought I'd do that because when I'm on a radio station, I might as well look at singing work and thing. Yeah, but differently as a doctor still, Me will just go and stay up on my TikTok and make Rosalie read me two bedtime story. At least nobody won't tell me, say me have to apologize and these things. But anyway, I hope that we find spaces, because in all of that animation, there's something that I want to get at. And this is the precursor to my participation for the sectoral debate. It's going to be my maiden speech, my first speech. And I will say this to you, because my speech is about unity, my speech is about human rights, and my speech is about the youth. I don't think nothing else matters in the country until we get that right. Yeah, it's going to be on Tuesday. And I just want to say that persons who will form multiple opinions, and it's so ironic because the Minister of Justice came out and said, oh, Jamaica now have a human rights problem. And then, he also told the police that they could execute people because the law allowed them to execute a fleeing felon, and use of excessive force was allowed in whatever format. He also said so many things. And it's so ironic that it's a good thing that Jamaica have a constitution, and I like to see when it works, because the Prime Minister, through when the Integrity Commission said his stuff was uncertified and they wanted to release, he went to the court and him invoke him constitutional rights and him due process and natural justice. And it worked, and people were upset. I, of course, clapped because I said, ironic, Prime Minister, no, if you use the Constitution and make sure same human rights are not violated. So again, as I said, the officer who murdered Latoya Bulgin, he got bail. And I also too clapped and said the Constitution worked. And look how the police kill the woman and get bail. But Jean Panton, they are jail for the SSL money and can't get a bail, and them go on like she murdered somebody over money. But Constitution no work, because I say Royal Reed and him whole family in the situation, and them dep on bail from Wapikill fill up, and some of we now go even remember about that the case, then it just go dead and I do what I do. Yeah? And it look like Canada score again. And me not hear nothing no go on. I mean, no hear no screaming, me no hear no ball out. Huh?
This is my cue.
Moderator, it's your cue. We're in Canada. If I want thing, when me leave you, I know one thing when me leave you, Canada boring bad.
Don't say that.
Canada scored 3. Wagwan. Yeah, go Canada. Maple Leaves. Man, we're going there, but still there. Next thing the whole of Canada come for me and me have a ball out murder. All right. So having said that, somebody's on there. Moderator, somebody's showing me 2 eyes. You know what to do. I feel very uncomfortable with those eyes. Anyway, having said that, so, and here comes Andrew Wheatley, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, let me address him properly. His Integrity Commission and the director of whatever prosecution decides that they're going to charge him and whatever. And he's cloaked in the presumption of innocence, and he says he's going to defend himself, and that's what the process does. And I hope this sets a precedent that all members in the House who have adverse something, and the integrity commissioner twiddle them thumbs, because this one is so late. Because before election, them did have the illicit 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and how much umpteen of them, and then it disappeared. And now after election, September 3rd, when man get back mandate and man get ministry and everything, them will come out with this all frownzy report. That's what it seemed like, because it not really have no effect. It not stop nothing. Third term done load up. NARA done pass up. Sectoral debate done gone in, and technology and resources and everything done gear up and say we know the thing. Amendments done pass, and he's cloaked in the presumptions of innocence, and he's gonna fight. And then the 9 days is gonna pass. 9-day wonder. Gas still a go high. Importees are gonna get deported. The prisoner go still frownsy. Who fi go there now go there still. I mean, I could say so much, but the one thing I'm happy about, somebody say Canada play a baby. Say, say World Cup is distracting. Me see one pastor say we know if we watch World Cup, Me one pastor say so. But me feel like say him nah no water in him pipe, so him just attack World Cup. Or me feel say him brother did a play for Jamaica and we never did make it, so him bad mind them. And before him pastor before you take up, before you pick a side like Germany, you come talk about we know for the World Cup. I want to you. But anyway, I them kind of something there. So I feel like say, as it is right now, come about for close the show, And to home I see them go on in a parliament over the corruption. When Jamaica don't show them, say them not care about corruption. Them no want a first world status. Jamaica no, only Portland Eastern alone want a better Jamaica. Me feel so. Because when those who were to reject what them was supposed to reject, them never reject it. Because they must did get free gas and these things and whatever else. But no gas raise. No, it look like Dr. Dawes now go fix up back road. But things around there still go raise. No. See, them say him is not a pastor, him is an artist where I look at pastor work. And them things are going on in Jamaica. No, all these things are happening. We must not be distracted. It is Germany that's going to win the World Cup. So if you are listening to Context Matters all this time, people thinking I was talking about things that's going on in Jamaica, it is the World Cup we're talking about. And even though Canada just scored 3 goals, and even though they are Canada, me just want to say one thing. All Reese, me see him all video call me today and down there come talk about one Brazil. Reese, Brazil now gone away. We are talking about. And all of the people them where just the world, on the life just messy. The world on the life messy. You see it? Call everywhere on go and talk about messy. Stop telling me about in the life. I don't want to hear it. Jamaica, stop. So now that the fact that Jamaica don't have a team, somebody say, I'm from Hanover. I never want JLP to run Jamaica. And you prove that. Big up Hanover. Want to really prove it. Big up Perkis and big up Edda Miller. All right, on a bombarding my comment section with the Brazil team. And I don't want Best FM to disconnect me through the people them where run Best FM a Brazil fan, because Germany we say freedom of expression, my rights to choose must not be violated. It's Reggae Global Radio, I see when I screw to all the YouTube people them are screw. Walking in the vine is who you're going with. But anyway, I'm not going to dwell on the whole Integrity Commission thing. I believe that the Integrity Commission is doing their work, must do their work, have to do their work. And I gonna say, Dr. Wheatley, very brave, stood up in Parliament and say he's going to defend himself and clear his name from the misunderstanding. But that's exactly what due process is about, which is why we must no longer pussyfoot around with these reports. An integrity commission, if we don't have the information upon the people, then put it out every week, most nice. So on Tuesday, come in with a new report, man. Drop it without warning. I met Madam Speaker put it in and let the member get up and say, I am innocent and I will defend myself against these charges. That's what a democracy is about. That is how we improve the checks and balances, the integrity, the accountability, the transparency. And it's a misunderstanding, and all those persons, will be all right. Everybody will be all right. All who do whatever them do and do what they know to do. Make amends and get up. That, that's what resilience is about. That's what the NARA legislation is about. Rebuilding and resilience. We are resilient people. Just do what you have to do, because the due process, the presumption of innocence, you will be cloaked in it. And that is why when these things happen, I say, you see, because the Constitution always find a way for sure, say, you have to rely on it. Don't just run up and dip up under the Constitution when your name call up. Respect it even for others and for somebody else's child. That is the point I was trying to make. Because the Constitution will work for Dr. Andrew Wheatley. It will work for Dr. Honorable, Most Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness. It will work for the other persons whose feet are dipped in the stream of corruption governed by the Integrity Commission. And you will be cloaked in the presumption of innocence, and the Constitution will work for you. All I ask is that it work for everybody else, including the right to life, the right to privacy of family life, the right to not be interfered with, your health, your property rights, all of the rights that are guaranteed under our Constitution and an amendment made for us by us. Once we have that, we can't go wrong. And all who, me just say, next week, Tuesday, when me I go give my sectorial contribution, me I hope say, the people will bathe and brush them teeth and come to Parliament and be decent and wear deodorant and wear socks, and look decent, and that the speaker will protect me. Because you see the brutal behavior, I don't know where they get that from. It's as if when you go into Parliament these days, it's as if you're on TikTok, the live streaming and the sending a lawyer and the moderators get up and them want to block and point of order, and then you have to mute them, and then them go over the nether. Then when them go over the nether side and them make it's just too much. And the message that I have to give next week is one of unity. It's a direction for the youth and the protection of human rights that I want everybody to listen to. Rosalie will be there. King Tavi will be there. You understand? In Parliament. And many other and many more to be there. To miss it is to diss it. Parliament next week, Tuesday, is going to be the event of the century. You see, the Duke Street I go full up. All of the people them I come and me I go make sure say when the minister name Edmund Bartlett meet him court, because the whole of Canada come back with me next week for my speech. Me invite the whole of them, and then can't fit in at the Parliament because now on the big building yet, so we're still in the old one. But guess what? That's context matters. Next week, me telling you a bedtime story. See you guys. Did Canada, Canada score one more time so you can ball out? No, but I'm just saying.
takes some time to understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just what it takes to be a man. Now it seems each day you learn something to make a better way. Growing up ain't just a phase, it's reality. And sometimes it's hard to face the world with your head screwed on. But in time you will see, it comes naturally, like the hurt and the pain. It's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep it stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You know I heard them say, life much better you live it your own way. But if you need a helping hand, just call on me, I will be your friend. And when it gets hard to face the world with your head screwed on, just tell yourself you can. And that's when you'll understand that the hurt and the pain, it's a part of the game. It's all a part of life, to laugh and to cry. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. You gotta keep on moving on. Don't let no one stand in your way. Gotta keep on pressing on. As we pray for better days, keep it moving. Moving to the next. When they try to bring you down, we gotta take it. Take it to the next level when they come around. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time for living a lie. Gotta keep it moving till you get it right. That's right, it's all in life. Gotta keep your head up and keep your stride. No time to be living a lie. You can make it if you try. Just keep your head up, yeah. Just keep your head up, yeah. Gotta keep your head up, yeah. Cause everything's gonna be alright.
Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your head up.
Cause everything's gonna be alright.